What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast presented by Windy City Sports Cards. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, the Southside bum, and Dougie Fresh. And I'm going to say my internet, I've gotten the Telemundo internet today, so you might see some pauses, some freezes, but Peter's going to pick up the slack if I'm in the middle of my conversation and I stop talking.
I'll do it.
I'm ready to tag in. We could all take turns hosting if Jason's internet goes to shit, which I think will, because by the pre-show meeting, it went really bad for a couple times. So get ready for some chaos, some nonsense. But hopefully the Telemundo internet holds up at least until we get to Bums at MVPs.
So right before we went on the show, we had an early comment from JT. He said a Colson bomb.
Yeah.
And I want to report that this Colson home run bounced into section 108 where no one made an athletic play in it. So for 2 times in the weekend,
oh no,
I am vindicated that no one made it. There's no athletes in 108. No one can make an athletic plays on home runs.
You know what? That it does make a weird bounce when it does come over that in that section. So I'm trying to defend every, because we all sit there too. So when that ball's coming, I've seen that ball bounce a couple different ways. So I'm just saying that. But I didn't see the home run. Was it more of a bounce, or was it more like somebody could catch it in the section?
Yeah, he's frozen. He's frozen early. I did not see the ricochet, but I will say Jason's been walking around cock of the walk all weekend because he was vindicated. Yeah. Uncle Beefloaf gave him shit when Jason was at an afternoon game, and we thought he could have caught that home run ball. He did not. Uncle Beefloaf tried to make an athletic play, and the screenshots are out there. If you go online, it's a tough scene. He's basically given one of these. It was a tough scene. It's not my place to judge. I wasn't there. I didn't know how it ricocheted, but it was the images are tough.
Yeah, and the other bad part of it is he potentially got hurt on that play. That's what I'm hearing. Inside sources are saying that he's got a bum wheel today. Was it from that? I can't. But my sources are saying that he may have pulled something trying to get out of the way of that ball. That's what I'm hearing.
All I know is I'm vindicated. I'm vindicated. Tough. You know what? Maybe Beefloaf can get challenged to races now for not making plays on home runs. Maybe
whatever happened to that guy? He wanted to race you all summer long. I haven't heard or seen of him all summer.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know who we're talking about.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Peter. So I don't know if you noticed, but you got a little smudge.
I got a little smudge on my face. For those that don't, Sam's in the comments saying, "Did I get a teardrop tattoo?" I did not. I did not kill anybody. I realized that while it is preseason NFL football, my body is in mid-season form because I watched the game yesterday, the Bears game, and immediately after the game was over, I go upstairs and I realized I got a little stress. Football gives me stress. I got a stress mark here. It's a pimple. Julie's got a couple of these TikTok. I see them all over TikTok and Instagram, these beauty blemish marks. So it's tough to be the face, the beautiful face of the organization. I got to keep it in tip-top condition.
Oh, Johnny's immediately taking offense to that one.
Johnny lost his crown whenever he shaved that big, beautiful mustache. Everyone's clamoring for the mustache. The comments are there. Mustache. Oh,
I'm sorry. That sounds like jealousy to me, okay? The way you're talking just sounds like jealousy. Just put your little star. Let's continue talking about your star, okay?
No free ads, but hopefully this works.
Is it a scratch and sniff?
I'll let you find out.
Pepper. It smells like pepperoni.
Yeah, I got a big old zit is what's happening. I got a big old zit, and I said, let's cover it up with a little fun star.
No, just pop it right away and just.
I would have been gushing blood. I would have looked like Ric Flair here.
Wait, do you? If you get like a pimple, do you always pop it?
No, I don't.
I do.
I don't either. I
was told not to because you get scars.
It makes it worse. Yeah,
it makes it worse.
Scars are stories, man.
Yeah. how'd you get this battle scar? Well, let me tell you about that zit back from from '98.
From high school.
Let me tell you.
From St. Lawrence.
99.
Yeah.
Mean streets of high school.
Johnny, how was your weekend, man?
It was good. It was good. Had Missy's birthday was on Saturday, so we started out a little bit early on her birthday.
Happy
On
birthday.
Friday.
Yeah.
On Friday, we went to the Sox game. Her whole family was there. We sat at the Miller Lite landing area, which is
Fancy pants.
if you haven't been there, if you haven't sat there, it's really nice. It's very spacious. They got a nice little table if you want to eat or whatever. Put your beer on there or sodies, whatever you want to do. But it was real nice, real nice. She had a really good turnout. We did. Her mom was tailgating, cooked up some brats, and some people, other people brought some stuff. Alexis brought her a elote dish as well too. That was really good. Yeah, real good. And see, you know what? And you know what? I'm not a big elote fan. And I'm just like, you know what? I haven't tried this in a long time. I tried it. It was bomb. It was real good.
It's her. That is a good dish.
Yes,
she did.
it was real good. So
I very much like that.
Yeah, so it was definitely a good weekend, birthday weekend for her. Shout out to her, happy birthday. But yeah, it was definitely fun. The only thing though, and I think I kind of took not a little bit of offense, but it was more of Missy posted out a picture of a crave case, a White Castle crave case that we put out there, and I had 6 of them. I was pretty full, and I got pretty much shunned on the internet saying that, hey, Peter was putting that out there, which Treasy had a question of how much I had and all that. So we had so much of a crave case that we didn't finish a lot of it on Friday. So I kept on eating it I kept eating more on Saturday. And then Sunday, I sent you kind of a private message because I'm just like, fuck this. I'm hungry. I'm going to see how far I can go. And I only made it up to 8. So I got to a point where I kind of got tired and I said, fuck this. There's more important things into life than eating White Castle sliders, even though I love them. I'm not saying anything wrong about them, but I just could not I just couldn't. I had more white hamburgers. I just couldn't do it. So if I failed you guys, if I failed anybody else who eats sliders, some guy told me on Twitter he ate 52 of them.
No way. Bullshit.
I'm like, that would be impressive.
I had a guy in high school. He was friends with us. His name was Jason Siepka. He was an offensive lineman for Stag, and we would go to the one on 111th and Southwest Highway, right? Or what was it? Southwest Highway. He would eat a crave case by himself, like just Friday and Saturday nights. He would just take down a crave case by himself. How many did you have over the course of the weekend? What was the final total?
So I had 6 on Friday. I had 4 on Saturday, and then I had 8 on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Now we're getting respectable. 8 is respectable.
But here's the thing, too. You eat White Castle hamburgers, there comes another part of that
dynamic.
Yes, a dynamic. Thank you. I could not stop farting. I was like, it was just too much. I wouldn't recommend eating White Castle hamburgers for 3 days in a row. Let me just put it that way, okay? So, but if you want to try it, by all means, go ahead.
All right, nice. Dougie, how was your weekend?
It was good. I didn't really do too much, but on Saturday went over to Elmwood Park Fest. Always a hell of a time. Shout out to my guy Teddy, always hooking it up. But I got to hang out with, spend some quality time with Gas Money Bob, and
our boy,
friend of the program.
Friend of the program, yeah. And I believe he's even more of friend of ours after this weekend. So it was just a good time, man.
You wined and dined them, or what's going on?
Oh yeah, wine,
or was it a little,
hey, I don't kiss
tickle the undercarriage?
Yeah, I don't kiss.
That's another show. That's a different show.
But I will tell you this funny story or whatever. So we're making some mixed cocktails as well. That brought a little special bottle, and we were doing some of those, and it was pretty funny. So we ended up going to the porta potty at the same time, and
same one.
No, we a couple in between. But all I hear a door slam, and he must have propped up his drink in such a way. And whoever slammed the door, either on one side of him or the other side of him, all I hear is this drink crash, and I hear motherfucker. And I just start laughing, and I come out, and I'm like, yep, that was Gas Money Bob. I'm like, I can distinctly know that voice anywhere. He comes out all over his shoes, all over the place. And I'm like, we'll get you another one, brother. It's all good or whatever. He goes, no, it's I'm soaked. So, but he was a victim of a rough door slam, I guess. So it's kind of funny. But
Did you do the meatball eating contest?
No, you know what? So I've wanted it. I've
Uncle Chips.
I've wanted to do it for like X amount of years. They just randomly pick names, so you actually got to enter, and then they pick random names.
You can't even just sign up for it.
No, you sign up for it.
Yeah,
and
but
pick
you're
random
not.
names.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Man.
So I've entered or whatever. But I think next year I gotta flex my connection over there or whatever, and try and get myself
stuff
in.
the ballot box, wait
Yeah.
in an envelope,
Chicago style, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Vote early, vote often.
Yeah, but the person that did win, Karma DeFalco was out there hosting it, and the person that did win took down 5 pounds of meatballs.
Oh, what was the time?
I think they said 10 minutes and 37 seconds or something.
All right, his
Now,
intestines.
He ate more than Johnny did all weekend in 5 minutes.
Hey, I'm on a diet, okay? So I'm trying to take it back. Take it easy.
Damn. All right, then
Well,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I would like to sign up. Nope. I mean, I'm not trying sign up for 4th place.
But it's the luck of the draw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, who knows? You can get people that enter that, maybe aren't up to that challenge, So it's just a random, I think 10 people, I think it is, or 12 people. So I'm going to get in it one year.
Meatballs are
gonna-
good. That's a
Yeah.
hearty,
Yeah.
a hearty eating contest.
In sauce as well. So
I love that.
Ooh,
yeah.
Pound of sauce.
Yeah.
put me to sleep.
But
So, all right, I teased this on the promo I did that I got a story you don't want to miss, because I'm hopefully my internet won't crap out in the middle of my story. It probably will. I'll be back as soon as I can. So, I probably had one of the craziest, creepiest, like scariest things happen to me last Thursday. I don't let a lot like get to me and spook me. This shook me to my fucking core. Like, so on Thursdays, my wife goes into the office, so she leaves early, and I have not been working, so I sleep in, so we're not getting up at the same time. So Thursday morning, I wake up around 9, and I go to the bathroom. I put contacts in,
Makeup on.
mouthwash it, brush teeth.
So
And-
I just want to stop the story for 1 second. This is when I knew that it was serious, when we got a text from Jason before 9 a.m. That's when I was
way,
like, I'm like,
way
yeah.
earlier
That
than
was
we
way
usually
too
get.
early.
text.
yeah, I was like, oh shit, something's up. So I immediately was drawn to this story.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So, so after I go to the bathroom, I go in my closet to grab a shirt, and this was in my closet. Now this is the attic, the entrance to our attic, which is conveniently in my closet. And I wake up and that is open, and it fucking just freaked me the fuck out. Like, why is that open? For 2 reasons. Number one, in the 5 years that we've been in our house, I have never once been in that attic. I have never even looked inside of it. I never opened the door. I've never done anything with it such. It's like, it's a fucking attic in my closet. I have no reason to go in there whatsoever. Number two, we have 8-foot ceilings in our bedroom. So even if I wanted to, I would need to get like a step ladder or a ladder or something to push it up. So it's not like you can just push this up. I take a picture, I immediately send it to my wife, and I'm like, "Did you do this?" And she's like, "No, why would I? She's in the office." And I am just like fucking like shook to my core right now. Like how is that pushed up like and moved over like so neatly? Right? What's even more crazy is that, you know, the door isn't just like, oh, you can maybe, like Peter, you were saying, maybe like air suck.
Wind tunnel, vacuum. The
Yeah,
first thing you sent it to the group, and immediately we started fucking with you because that's what we do. Like, there's zero chance we're not gonna fuck with you when you send something like this. But then after the fact that we realized you were actually freaked out by this, I go on Reddit and I'm like, and I typed out like attic door pushed open or something like that. And there's a bunch of different things. Most of them being what Taco's saying, raccoons or an animal, or a lot of people were saying, depending on how the attic is set up, it could be like a wind tunnel vacuum situation. So where like the pressure, especially changing climates and humidity and all that stuff, it could create like a vacuum and it pops the door open. I saw a lot of that. So immediately I sent it to you. I'm like, oh, it's probably one of these two things, along with me trying to freak you out and said you got someone living up there, or maybe it was alien or ghost.
So, I much as I wanted to believe your theory, Peter, the door itself is between the joists. Like that's like a foot, like, and you can see in a second picture I have, that's like a foot long, you know.
It's thick.
Up.
It's a thick ass door.
So there would have to be a lot of like insane suction to make that pull up that much and then slide it over, you know, fucking whatever that is, like a few inches, like neatly, not even crooked, like positioned neatly, you know, to the side. I'm freaked the fuck out. I'm fucking like just shook to my core. Like I take the dog. We're outside in the patio. I'm texting you guys. I'm texting Sarah. Like my father-in-law calls me and he's like, and Dougie, you said the same thing. Like, yeah, call the cops. You know, he said the same thing. Like, call the cops, have them do a sweep. You know, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know, like I'm gonna do it. So police come and explain to them what happened. I grabbed the ladder from the garage. He goes up and like, okay, it's all clear. And he's like, I looked, like, I don't think anyone was like breaking into your attic because it is so like humid up there. You wouldn't be able to breathe. It's the attic is all insulation. He did say, they're more even freaking me out. Yeah, I did see some footprints in the insulation, but I can't tell how old they are. Not really, you know, comforting to me.
They could have been from installation, from the install.
Yeah.
Or the home inspection. The home inspection when you bought it.
That's a great point, Dougie. The home inspection.
Yeah. So the cops were both like, yeah, this is super weird. Like they don't have an explanation. Like there's no like really entrance in our attic, like, you know, like a window or like they just have like the small little like rooftop, you know, like vents or what, you know. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing really in that. Here's what makes it even more crazy about this story. That it definitely did not come from above. Because look how much insulation is on top of this door right now. There is no way you could have picked up, like reached through and taken that from the top and moved it up. It had to be pushed from the bottom. And that was a thick layer of insulation. Like we had a theory, maybe one of us was sleepwalking, right? Okay, potentially. I took a broom handle and just to see, you would have to put a lot of because of how much insulation was on there. In your sleep, you would have to put so much force to push it up. But even so, it would have to be perfectly in the center for it to go up that high because of the joists.
And like, not make a mark on it.
Yeah. So it didn't come from above. It came from below somehow and was pushed up in a sense that it went from an 8-foot ceiling up through the joist, tucked over neatly. I cannot explain what the fuck happened.
You still got no? You have a theory?
It's a ghost.
Yeah.
That's my only theory is that I probably have taken Halloween too far, and I have actual ghosts now in the house.
Oh.
Like that's my only logic, because maybe I had a ghost in the house and that was his way of getting out of the house. He just went up through the attic and he left.
I don't think ghosts try to get out of the house. The ghost ain't going nowhere, buddy. I hate to break to you. I don't think you know how ghosts work.
Maybe
that was great.
Maybe the ghost got sick of us. He's like, fuck these guys. Like, I'm out of here.
You know what you should do? You should go get like a NAS camera or something like that, and just put the camera right there and see if this ghost or whatever comes back again.
Better yet, let's just film an episode of Ghost Hunters. Let's get some equipment.
Oh,
we'll do some
bum hunters.
Yeah,
that's what I'm like wondering now. Do I need to call ghost hunters? Do I need to, get a priest with some holy water to come by the house and
he better exercise you before he exercises the house.
I was gonna say there ain't enough holy water in this world.
But the cops recommended I get like a nanny cam and like face it towards like my closet. So, maybe ghost hunters, they come out, they film, they see the orb, maybe they do like the voice recorder shit and ask the questions or whatever they do. But either way, I have been scared to go into my bedroom by myself. And that's
you've been wearing the same clothes for a week.
He's taking the damn police route.
Well, I'm telling you who not to ask. That one ghost hunter that was just like, he's making me drink. Remember that?
Oh, that guy's the guy we want to call. That guy.
No, because you know what?
Oh,
as much as Jason does share his whiskey with us, we ain't sharing it with some Yahoo from TV.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is there you don't have trees anywhere that reach up to your ceiling?
No.
Right? Like,
no.
I don't think
the raccoons would have to jump like between houses to get into the.
And like Max would have alerted you if there's like
if there was a person,
possum. No, person's for sure. Person's there, brother.
Well, hold on. So I've heard that dogs can sense
ghosts,
ghosts too,
like paranormal,
paranormal activity. So that's
so Max has been like like the times when she just starts like shaking uncontrollably lately. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, what's wrong, puppy? Like, why you shake? Like she just like got like the case of the shakes, or in the middle of the night, she'll just start like barking for no reason, like loud, like a woo barks.
Ooh.
So,
dude, I just thought about it. What if it's Virginia McCaskey?
She would be haunting.
Oh yeah, no, specifically Jason, I think.
Yeah, you wish for this. You brought this upon yourself.
Yeah, she has been acting a little strange in the past few weeks. So I closed this door. I closed the roof. But now, like every time I walk past my closet, I'm just looking and seeing if it's happened again. Because if it does, I'm burning down the house. I'm moving. That's it. If it happens again, I'm out of this. I don't care how much money we put into this house. I'm gone. Like. Taking the bar with me.
Now, we haven't heard Sarah's side of the story. Is she as freaked out, or does she have some rationale and she's not as scared as you? Don't blame the internet.
She's freaked out too, because like she was even like, do I need to come home from work? And I'm like, no, like don't, like that's, you're probably the safest is not to come home from work. But she's freaked out too. Like she keeps checking like my closet and everything too to see if it moved. Friday night I had to do laundry. I did it, I finished my laundry like at 8:30, 9 o'clock or something. I was scared to go put my clothes back in the closet. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like
this fucking dude's Macaulay Culkin all of a sudden.
You guys, like I said, not a lot like creeps me out. This is just, I feel like there's some kind of like fucking like presence or something like in our bedroom or like act or something. Like I'm not having this. So I'm really hoping that there's some kind of sleepwalking wind tunnel.
Hold on, Jason. That is
explanation.
true. How old is that house?
It was built in 2005, so it's not old at all. There's only one previous owner.
Okay.
Unless they built it on like an Indian burial ground, and I got fucking the Shining going on here.
Now,
Shit.
I didn't realize how serious you were taking this, Jay, because my immediate thought was like, I have you like your garage code. Like, I gotta keep doing this to you to see how fucking freaked out you get. But realizing that you're about to burn the house down, maybe I'm not gonna do the Johnny Knoxville route. And for the record, that wasn't me doing it the first time. But after the first
I don't know
time,
now
I'm
it's like suspect over here because he's got the code. So
I was like, oh, it'd be pretty funny if we did this again for content, of course. But we got to get Sarah in on the bit.
No, dude. I don't think my heart would explode if it happened again. You might just give me a grabber at that point.
My immediate reaction was, I was like, has he ever looked up? Like, has it just always been like that? You know?
No, because that's what people were asking. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, like maybe you didn't notice. I'm like, no, it's literally right above my like if it was open, me not noticing, I would be the most oblivious person ever, because you would notice, like, it's because it's painted white, like you would notice that there's a big giant hole, and the opening is pretty substantial, so it's not like
his internet's haunted.
You know what I was thinking? You know what? He started having the internet issues when the ghost appeared. This could all be related. Jason had the best internet out of all of us for since we started this podcast. All of a sudden, he's having internet issues, Blair Witch style, maybe.
There we go.
So I'm thinking I'm thinking the ghost is fucking with your internet too.
Haunted.
Doesn't want me to tell the story.
Yeah.
So he's trying to silence you, brother.
Yeah.
if that light turns off in the back,
That lamp in
that lamp starts flickering.
Like, fucking help me, God. So yeah, my theory is ghost, but I'm hoping for something more logical. So freaked out, guys. Freaked out weekend.
What would be the most logical?
Sleepwalking.
An intruder, like a
No,
squatter?
I think maybe like sleepwalking, and one of us, push it up. But it would, like I said, it would have been harder to do.
Sleepwalking. Like
Yeah.
you had to do so many different things, get the ladder and do that.
I'm more of the sense of the vacuum
I
or
think
whatever,
I think
because
that's it.
because I've seen sewers have a vacuum like that, and it could pop a lid off, and those things weigh hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
So
That's my guess.
So-
Especially with all the humidity and wind that was been
Yeah,
going
that
on
is
the last
true. It's
couple
been
weeks.
hot.
okay, so and I respect your opinion, but then how did it get so pushed neatly to the side? Wouldn't if it
You
sucked
could've
up,
just
wouldn't it been like kind of like at an angle, not
No, because as soon as there's like different pressure from like that closet, it's just gonna stop, right? So it's not gonna move properly or even just shift that way. It's just gonna get sucked enough to where air gets in and then it stops. So like, see that little square of air?
Yeah.
I hope you're right. I'm a few credits shy of my physics degree. So I hope that's the logical explanation. It just seems that's too neatly pushed to the side for it to be
We're
air.
trying to calm you down, and you're trying to punch holes in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to we're trying to calm him down, and he wants to believe the ghost cocktail story.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's my insane ghost story from the weekend. But let's get to some sports talk, and we gotta pay some bills first. The BumCast is proudly sponsored by Windy City Sports Cards, who specializes in buying and selling all things related to Chicago sports. Whether you are a diehard fan of the Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, or Cubs, they have you covered with an extensive selection of sports memorabilia and collectibles. In addition to Chicago-focused items, they also offer a vast selection of sports trading cards and memorabilia from your favorite teams and players. So visit their online store at 312WindyCitySportsCards.com to find exactly what you are looking for to complete your collection or discover a new favorite. All right. let's get to some football talk here because the Bears are officially back. Game 1 of the preseason was yesterday. It ended in a tie, but it was good to see football was back, even though 9 starters from both sides did not play. So no Caleb Williams, no Jalen Johnson's hurt anyways, but Brisker, Gordon, they all got the day off, and then as well as Rome and DJ and all those guys. So, but the biggest, back and forth on the interwebs before Sunday was that Ben Johnson was holding out the guys for the first game. And, there's a debate of, are you giving them a series? Are you not? I mean, I was on the side of new offense, give him a series, get him some game time. I know, Peter, you're on the opposite side of that coin. A lot of the talking heads were saying give him a series too, but you can argue both sides of that. But Johnny, Dougie, where you guys stand on this? Because I don't think we've heard from you as far as like where you stand on the starters not playing on Sunday.
So I heard I was watching the pregame show with Canellis, and I guess he was saying that when Ben Johnson was with the Lions, they said that they did not start Jared Goff at all in any of those games whatsoever. Obviously, Jared Goff, that's a little bit of a different story because he's had 2-time Pro Bowler. He's a veteran. He's been in there for a long time. So I can understand that point. With Caleb, again, I'm going to trust Ben. I'm going to trust Ben here. If he sees fit that he doesn't have to play or anything like that, I do kind of want to see some sort of like maybe in the second game, he does have a couple snaps or go in the first quarter, have the starters, because that's usually what happens. Like in the second game, now that they changed the structure of the preseason, I'm sure that they're probably going to have starters play on the next series, the next game. So, but then again, like I said, I trust Ben Johnson or whatever he's doing. So it doesn't bother me too much, but I would like to see some of the starters do go out because I do want to see them go against another starting team and then just see how well they play. You got this offensive line that hasn't played with each other just yet, and we're getting to the start of the season here soon. So I kind of want to see some of those offensive liners. Starters go in there. But like, again, I trust Ben, so I'm okay with whatever he does. That's just me.
Oh my God, it's been removed.
Go ahead, Dougie.
So from some of the stuff that I've been hearing or whatever, the offense, the first team offense hasn't been as crisp as they would like. So I'm very okay with them not throwing it out there. And then let's just say them having a terrible game and then the media just absolutely eating it up, or people like us overreacting on one preseason game and like going absolutely ape shits. Like, they're not ready. Look at how terrible this looked. I'd rather have them not go out there and look like crap. So I'm totally okay with it. I want them to fine tune as much as they can. And if they're ready for game 2, let's see them out there in game 2, but they're going to eventually, I don't think he can, the first starters or whatever. I don't think that they can sit out this whole entire preseason. They're not that good of a team to do that right now. They haven't proven that they're a good enough team to do that right now. So they're going to have to go out there eventually. I'm just hoping that they're super ready. And they'll throw them out there when they're ready.
Yeah. I think my argument, it's not the argument of what if they get hurt. It doesn't. You could get hurt preseason, you get hurt game 1. It doesn't matter when you get hurt.
Yeah.
My argument to this whole thing was we've been clamoring for Ben Johnson for the better part of 2 years. He's the best available coach for 2 hiring cycles. He's an offensive genius. He's all of these things. And then preseason game 1 starts second guessing everything he's doing. That's where I'm like, if he thinks that the starters don't have to play, who am I to say, contrary, they need reps, they need everything else. From all reports is they had a 70-play pregame workout before the game on Sunday. And by all accounts, he said, that's what I wanted them to focus on. And if you guys read the reports, Friday was the real preseason game. Friday, when they were going 11 on 11 against the Dolphins, defense versus offense, that's what I care about. A meaningless preseason game 1 is not going to change any of that. So while I would like for them to play, even if you say, Dougie, you think they're not good enough to sit out all. If Ben Johnson thinks, we're not going to risk it, or they don't need preseason games, I'd rather them do these 70 play walkthroughs and everything else like that, then I'm not going to second guess it this far. Now, and the other thing I should probably mention is we talked about it at the beginning of camp. The defense is always faster than the offense to start training camp and to start the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not going to overreact if week 1 and week 2, they're not as crisp as they should be, because they're installing a brand new offense and they got 4 new offensive linemen. And whether or not you played 5 to 8 snaps in a preseason game is not going to matter. They're going to look bad regardless. That's where I want to preface this by is it's not going to be sunshines and rainbows to start off with. Are they going to be better than Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron's offense? Probably. I'm expecting that game 1, but this is a work in progress.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, kind of what Dougie was saying. If I wanted them to play, I'd at least get a series, in it, just to get some game time action, or some real game time action. But if Ben Johnson says they're making mistakes, they're not lining up properly, they haven't grasped the entire offense yet, I'm okay, practice on that. But I hope that's more of the reason. The practice was good on Friday, but they definitely, I think, need to have game 2 have at least 2 series, a quarter or something, just get some real game time action in there. So, I'm going to go with Dougie's theory that I also don't think that they were ready for game action.
I also think another thing too is that the way that the preseason is structured, they only have 3 preseason games. So this first game is not going to be you got to work out your backups. You got to see what you have. So he's definitely going to want to play a lot of those guys to see, look at the battle that's going on with left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's got to figure out all these positions, who he has, who's going to work out with. So I'm not really too, I'm not going to overreact over the first preseason game if they're not playing. That's just fine. Now we go into the second one. Like I said, I think the second game, you play a quarter, you play a couple snaps. I don't know how it usually is, 9 snaps or whatever, how they normally do it in the preseason. But I think maybe there's a possibility that we do see the starters in the second game, and then the third game, it just goes back to, because you have to pick at that point. So I don't think he's going to put the starters in there at that point. So I would say we might see Caleb and the starters on the offense and defense on the second game, but not, maybe a quarter.
So now, Peter, you were saying week 1, week 2, if they had bad weeks, you're not going to overreact. Will you overreact if these starters don't see any time in the preseason?
No, because that's what I'm so all right, so we're all thinking maybe they play week 2 or week 3. There's a possibility, depending on in the track history he has in Detroit, they might not play at all.
Yeah.
But it also matters. All right, say that they're playing the Bills this next preseason game. What if the Bills announce that they're not playing their starters on defense? Then does it really matter if Caleb Williams is going against their second string defense that isn't the Bills? At that point, I'd rather them go against the first string Bears defense in practice as opposed to just a glorified scrimmage preseason game 2.
Yeah, but it could be a nice little confident boost for him, and go out there, it's like getting the rebound check, you got to get out there and get your wings back. I wouldn't mind seeing him go out there, even if it is against a second team defense or whatever, and just get some confidence, I think that the confidence
boost is winning week 17 against the Packers. I think confidence boost is that. But if
the Bears are shit until week 17, I'm with you, Dougie. I would like them to play with play some games in the preseason. If they didn't, I'd be pretty upset because this isn't like the Lions where they're all coming back and they've been in this offense. This is new offense for everyone. They need to learn as much of the playbook and get those reps in.
Yeah,
the reps.
Isn't that more? That's why I'm saying the 70 play walkthrough or warm up before is much more important than this 9 plays you're going to play in week 2 or whatever.
Sure. I mean, but you get the media buzz going, everything like that. I think that as much as players say that they don't listen to that shit, they listen to that shit, and if you get this town behind you and you get that, you get that buzz going in the city, then there's something to be said about that, man. We haven't had that buzz in a long time. And going back to your comment about the week 17, hype, it might not help Caleb, but it fucking help Santos. That dude kicked a 57-yard field goal at the half, and I was like, who is this dude? I'm like, who is this guy?
Brand new man.
The guy that was, shaking boots when he gets to 49 yards, and then all of a sudden he finds a leg this week. So I like that.
All right. But we'll see what happens week 2. But let's break down some of the game here because obviously there was some takeaways from it. There's some good stuff. It did end in a tie. But I think let's start with the offense first. Couple things of note. Yes. Okay.
Oh, you're good. You're okay. You're okay.
Manungai.
Manungai.
I like saying that name. I'm gonna have to scream that every time I say it. Yeah, he looked really good. I think what he had 6 carries for 30 yards. Yeah, 6 carries, 30 yards. I was getting some blocks in there. But 7th round pick, but maybe working his way up to being the backup. Who knows if Roshan Johnson's with his foot is going to be coming back at full strength. So let's start with Manungai. What do you guys like him?
He fought for every yard, and he averaged 5 yards a carry. Yeah, he's a guy. Manungai is a guy. I think when they drafted him, a lot of people said he could have got drafted a lot earlier than he did. So I'm excited. Ben Johnson's going to need a couple of good running backs the way he schemes both, the run game and the passing game to the running backs. So yeah, I'm excited for Manungai. I think you can't. We titled this "Don't Overreact." We can't overreact to the game as a whole, but like you mentioned, position battles and just standout performances. That stuff is the things we should be focusing on. And yeah, Kyle Manungai seems like he's fighting his way to being relevant on this team.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, you got to respect a guy that doesn't mind fighting for yards. I mean, yeah, you really not to get off on a tangent, but you even saw that with Wheeler, and that was awesome to see coming off of an ACL. I mean, like even though that touchdown got called back, I mean that was good to see, man. After somebody, you're looking at basically a year removed from a really
ACL.
bad injury, yeah. And I mean, I think it's going to be a tough running back room this year, I think.
Yeah, and so like a lot of people were rooting for Ian Wheeler. We saw him at Hard Knocks last year. I had the joke on Twitter. He could have been a doctor, but he decided to be a running back. And he did play well. Like you mentioned, the callback touchdown, that wasn't his fault. It was a alignment issue. The problem with the running back room is that Ian Wheeler is probably going to be a practice guy. Like all reports were this week that they're kicking the tires on a couple veteran running backs. Jamal Williams is one of them. And they're maybe bringing someone else in this week. I wouldn't be shocked if, by the end of the preseason, there might be another guy in the mix too. So
they did sign today. Yesterday signed Britton Brown of the Seahawks.
Yeah, so they're going to bring him in
for more depth.
That might be just like a preseason depth kind of signing.
Yeah,
but like a Jamal Williams or something like that should scare Ian Wheeler more than anyone.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Next up on offense, Luther Burn III, 2 catches for what was it? 13 yards. 29 yards. It was hit a nice little 13-yard third down conversion. So yeah, 2 for 29. I think he could. I think as a slot guy, he might be that third down, third and long kind of guy. Get those yards that he needs. And he was also no block, no rock. He was making some good blocks too on the edge. So I did see one play that when they were in the red zone, he had a nice little run to the corner route to the back of the end zone, but they didn't. He didn't get thrown to, but he seemed to be wide open. But I like what I'm seeing so far. He looks like he's been busting his ass a lot in camp since he missed the time with the hamstring. So I'm really excited to see LB3.
Yeah, Bajent missed him on one and checked down on the other, but he was wide open in the end zone 2 plays in a row. The first down that he caught, Jason, you mentioned it was on third down. That was a really nice run route. He got open, and that's like you mentioned. He's going to be able to find seams and find ways to get open on third down. I think we just got to see progress from him. I don't want to keep harkening on the diva aspect of it all, because he's shown that he's just a professional as football player as of the last 3 weeks or so. But yeah, man, he looks like he could be a guy. I mean, he's going to be playing the Amon-Ra St. Brown role in this offense for Ben Johnson. And Ben Johnson has mentioned, like, he's tearing that offense from the studs down and rebuilding it. But if you make the comparisons, that slot role is vital to everything the Lions did for the last 3 years. So if that's Luther Burden's role, I mean, I know we're going to talk fantasy like a couple 2-3 weeks from now. LB3, especially in like franchise
Dynasty,
leagues, dynasty leagues, watch out.
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit in my opinion, the negative side of the offense. One, I was kind of disappointed that Colson Loveland didn't get involved more. 1 catch for 8 yards. That was one of the guys I was really looking forward to seeing what he could do without the other guys around. And maybe it's just not connection with like with Bajent, but 1 catch for 8 yards. That's kind of a disappointing for his first game action. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on that.
I didn't see how many snaps he had.
Oh, it's a good question. I can look that up.
Because I would be shocked, especially him coming off of injury. And we said, I don't worry about injury in the preseason because you can't do that. But you also have to be smart with your guys. And him, coming off an injury as a rookie, like, I'm not going to, like I mentioned, we're not going to overreact to Colson Loveland getting 1 catch in game 1 with a backup quarterback and then Case Keenum. So yeah, I'm not too worried, because everything else, especially last week in practice, sounded like Colson Loveland had a great week in practice.
Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway from it, was like, he doesn't even really have the guy that's normally throwing to him out there. So, I don't know. It's
the first game.
Yeah,
it's the first game. I mean, again, there's no need to like overreact, or we wish that we would see this or see that. Let's see what he does week 2. Let's see what he does week 3 in the preseason. So right now I'm not too worried about Loveland.
It looks like he only got 6 snaps on offense.
Yeah, so 1 catch out of 6 snaps. That's a good ratio.
Yeah. So okay, I'll take that. Yeah, I didn't notice how many snaps he was in on that, but that's a good call out, Peter. Like that he was in there for only handfuls. Okay, so makes sense. Hopefully the next game he'll get double. Let's go for double, shall we? Hey, double the snaps.
2 catches.
All right. The other thing I wanted to bring up with you guys on the Austin side was the left tackle battle. Braxton Jones got the start, and then Ozzy Trapilo got majority, as well. But Braxton, coming off the injury, whatever, he had some good stuff, but he had that one glaring miss where he just let the guy he turnstile
on the touchdown on the Case Keenum touchdown. He got beat, and that's the one, and that's where we've been critical on Braxton Jones, and him coming off an injury is tough, right? He's talked about him not having the same strength that he had in his ankle as he did before. and he's fighting through that, and he's kind of like we talked about, like playing live bullets is going to be tough. From what I saw and from what I read, like they left him one-on-one almost the entirety of when he was on the field. So when you're one-on-one coming off an injury, you're going to get beat sometimes. But overall, I think if you look at the grades, Braxton Jones graded out pretty decent. So it's almost like we're clamoring for Ozzy Trapillo to take his job. And it's like, it might be better if Braxton Jones ends up starting week 1 until Ozzy Trapillo gets that, like, you know, rhythm of an offense. And don't get me wrong, we talked about it last week. If Ozzy Trapillo goes out there and wins the starting job, he earns it. He's the starting left tackle. Good. Awesome. But I think they're going to give Braxton Jones as much rope as possible for him to earn that starting job. And the one video and the GIF that everyone online is sharing is a negative one, but I think he had a decent game.
Yeah. 24 snaps compared to Ozzy's 37. So Ozzy got more of the share there. But yeah, it's even today, you know, they were saying that the battle is still wide open. Like it hasn't gotten close to being solved on that. And then my last final note before we move to the defense here, QB battle. I don't know. My personal opinion, maybe Case Keenum can make an argument for being number 2 because he did more with less. Bajan looked a little rusty. Case Keenum's been in the league for a while. He's, you know, got the veteran experience. I think there's a real possibility that Bajan ends up being the third stringer when it's all said and done.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go, Doug.
No. I was just gonna say it was a bad day for Bayesian truthers out there. Sam Reeves, I'm sorry, my man. It was a very, very vanilla game out of him.
He missed some throws.
Yeah, he missed some throws. He looked rusty. It was just a bad showing for him, in my opinion.
And it wasn't even that bad considering that, like, he threw it was a 77.3 passer rating. He threw for 103 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but he didn't look as good as last year. And that's what I had in my notes. Last year, he had the touch passes down. He was accurate, and he was almost a little bit more confident last year in the preseason than this year. And that could be the Ben Johnson effect of, like, there's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of things going that, like, he just might not be comfortable with. But having Case Keenum breathing down your neck, him being a veteran and having a really good game, that's like the one glaring, like, besides the left tackle position, I think that they're in a full-blown competition for that second quarterback spot. And the one thing that was noticeable, and I had forgotten because we remember all of the good Tyson Bagent, he's got to kind of have a noodle arm. And like, he does everything right, but he just doesn't have that fucking arm strength that you might want to. And that might hold him back. But I mean, obviously we all love Tyson Bagent. I mean, I quote tweeted the dad picture because, like, all of last year he was a character on Hard Knocks and stuff. But it's interesting. I think Case Keenum has a real shot of winning that job.
Yeah, and to your point, I thought of that yesterday as well. I was like, man, I'm like, did he just look that good because of how poorly that offense was run last year and how like probably dumbed down and simple it was, you know? And now it's gotten so complex that, like, I don't want to say like overthinking it, but he did not look himself. Let's put it that way.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good point. He didn't. But like I said, it could be a lot of, you know, there's a lot of moving parts with Ben Johnson.
I'll be honest, I kind of would want Case Keenum as a quarterback, the second quarterback on the chart, just because, you know, they also brought him in because he helped, you know, CJ Stroud as well too, in Texas as well too. So that was like another big thing, the reason why they brought him over. And plus he played well. I mean, some of the stuff that, you know, he's a veteran quarterback. He's been around. He knows what to do in certain situations that I saw a lot better than what I saw Bajan. Don't get me wrong. I love Bajan. I love the whole story about him, but I'd rather have somebody, a veteran presence this time around, with Caleb Williams being obviously the starter, versus having Bajan being their second quarterback. Did they say they're going to carry 3 quarterbacks just yet?
They probably won't.
I think last year they only had 2, right?
Well, they did that whole thing. They changed the rule. You could have an emergency.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right, let's move on to the defensive side, because obviously the star of yesterday's game on the defensive side was Austin Booker, second-year guy, making a big impression. 3 sacks. One of them was for causing the fumble as well. The guy, we kind of were saying that, like, we wanted Ryan Poles to go grab that big name, and defensive end.
Mhm.
We feel like they didn't really address that a lot, and it was always like, well, Austin Booker, he's a young guy, he's still developing a lot. First game of the preseason against backups, though, he looked just fucking dominating those guys. He looked like, a shark among fish. So really, really happy to see that. And I hope that whatever Dennis Allen and the coaches are doing, working with him, it's going to pay off, because it looked like it paid off yesterday.
yeah.
These are backups. These are backups again. So like that's the one thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no, you're dominating
you
backups.
You did, but you're right, Jason. I think hopefully that Dennis Allen effect. Dennis Allen has had nothing but great defenses in his career as a defensive coordinator, and obviously, like I said, I'm not going to get too excited about Austin Booker. He had a good game, and I'm rooting for him. I hope he is that defensive end, that edge that we need, because he's a big guy, big presence. Seems like he's got power to to do get like a 2-sack game or a sack per game. So yeah, I hope it is a Dallas Allen effect. I just want to see that more with him going versus like the first team offensive starters. And like I said, hopefully we get to see that the next game. That's just what I want to see with Austin Booker, because like I said, I'm rooting for him. I really hope that he does well, and he does be that draft pick that when we got him, he does really well. So but like I said, it was against backups, but you can't knock that. I mean, 3 sacks against any and regardless if it's backups, it's a good day.
Yeah, 4 quarterback hits. Austin Booker had an all-time game, and it's exciting. I think what's more exciting is the possibility of him carrying that over with Grady Jarrett and Montez Sweat, because they're both having really good camps. Mm-hmm. By all accounts, Montez Sweat is putting in the work. He looks like a beast. And we've talked about Grady Jarrett being like that difference maker and that veteran presence on defense. If you couple that with someone stepping up, because we asked it all of last year, and realistically, nobody really stepped up. But if Austin Booker can be that guy, that's just going to make this defense so much better, because like you mentioned, Dennis Allen has always got this defense or his defense humming. Mm-hmm. And the one note I had was not necessarily like individual things, but like the depth on this defense, if they're Austin Booker, and we're going to talk about like Noah Sewell, and even Danielle Hardy had a really good game. All of these guys, Jonathan Owen had a decent game, and he had an up and down last year as a backup, but I think he could be a good depth piece. All of these guys are just going to make that defense really good, because I didn't realize this. And if you, Jason, maybe you could look it up. Maybe we'll look it up next week. I think the Bears have like a top 5 paid like in salary wise, they're like in the top 10 for sure. So if you're getting all that money, you got all that money on that side of the ball, you better show up as a top 10 defense. And we're expecting Dennis Allen to do that.
Yeah, I think there's another thing too, that when I was listening to the game, was that Dennis Allen's preached about the times that the Bears have been into the playoffs. And a lot of those times that they made the playoffs, they were like a top 10 defense, top 5 defense. So that was something that they preached, Masters of the Midway. Obviously, we want more of an offensive game, but you have to have a defense as well too to complement it. So, I just hope that, that does resonate with the other defensive guys. And like I said, obviously, if we do have a we just had a top 5 paid defense on
I
that
think it's
side.
salary. I think it is.
Otherwise, I mean, you got to prove it. You got to show it here. So,
All right, last thing on defense I want to note is the play of the linebackers, Ruben Hippolyte and Noah Swole. Really good plays. I believe Hippolyte, 5 or 6 tackles, and he had the one great loss. Same thing with Noah. He had the nice goal line stuff in the first. And Hippolyte, was kind of criticized as like a bad pick for pace. It got like really bad grades when they made that pick that, he probably shouldn't have gone in the 4th round, and, his measurables and intangible, all that stuff. But good showing for him. I was kind of impressed watching. He seemed to be, making some plays and
he was flying
tackles.
Around.
Yeah,
he was flying around that field.
He was flying around for sure. So maybe linebacker isn't, like, especially the depth of our linebacker isn't going to be much of an issue, and I guess we're going to find that out as the preseason goes along. But from those 2 guys yesterday, really liked what I saw.
Yeah, from what I read, from what I saw, Ruben Hippolyte was flying around. That was a thing that graded out in his draft was his speed, and you could tell he's got closing speed and speed to get to the ball. But the one thing before we close out talking about the defense is something we're going to have to, not we, but like Dennis Allen loves the blitz. He loves the blitz. Holy shit, he loves the blitz, and I love it. It's fucking chaos on 3rd down, and I'm like, I was like, I'm ready for it. I think this defense has a chance to be really, really good.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for the?
Just to wrap up on the Bears, my one last note, Jay. We talked about Ben Johnson and not playing the starters and not everything else. I think a lot of people were like, it's preseason game 1. He's going to try to do a couple of things like, going for it on 4th down a bunch. You're going to have to get used to that, whether it's preseason or not, because I think that's just how he plays. We've seen that with Detroit. I think, this is almost like a PSA to like the old school Bears meathead fans. I might be talking about a couple of our uncles, Johnny, but like the old school conservative brand of Bears football is going to get thrown out the window. And there's going to be a lot of second guessing of when he goes for it on 4th down. But I think it's going to happen early and often. And I'm not blaming it because it's the preseason. I think that's just how Ben Johnson likes to play.
And I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too. But people have to get used to it because we're not used to it in this town. And I think there's you're going to hear a lot of, 670 to score and WMVP callers saying like, yeah, I don't know why he's going for it on 4th down. You just got to get used to it, baby.
Yeah, it's the first year. We're going to see a lot of like, it's going to happen. You're never going to have any Bears fan be, optimistic about things, and I think for us, I think we're on agree. Like we trust Ben Johnson. We trust Dennis Allen. We have a good system. And we got a lot of young players. You just got to be patient. That's all it is. That's how it's going to be. If I see the progress that we saw last year, but now we got more, veteran players on the offensive line. We got a, veteran defensive tackle. Obviously, I want to see more, progression of it. I want to see more of a better record. I want to see, I hope Caleb does hit that 4,000 yard mark, but patience. That's like the key thing about this season is going to be patience.
I love it.
Yeah. Dougie's power went out. I got
lightning. I could see lightning. I guess I just checked. White Sox are in a delay. I'm in a fortified basement. I have no idea what's going on outside, but I could see your lightning, Jason. So if your internet goes out, we're gonna go old school soccer podcast, Johnny. Get ready to talk some Real Madrid.
Mimosa's buddy says Ben Johnson ranks 28th in the league among head coaches. First year head coaches, true wild card, got to earn your stripes. I want to know what list has Ben Johnson ranked as 28th. I understand he's a first year head coach, but
how do we rank the 28th?
They haven't even played. They haven't even played a season yet. So I don't look at those rankings right now.
And that being said, there's a lot of bonehead head coaches right now in the NFL. I don't know how you can say he's 28th.
Yeah. All right, last thing on the Bears stadium news on Friday. Kevin Warren and all the Bears brass, McCaskey, said that they are focusing now solely, extremely focused, whatever buzzwords you want to use, on Arlington. So it looks like Chicago's officially done. And thank you for wasting 2 fucking years of our time for everything, for what we've been saying and everyone else has been saying for the whole period of time is you bought the property fucking 3 years ago or whatever, and you've wasted all this time when the shovel could have been already in the ground. So my only issue with it is that they're looking to make the new stadium a fixed roof, retractable. Just make it retractable, because we're going to lose the one thing that matters the most, and it's bare weather.
No, and bare weather's not going to matter with the.
I don't care about the
get
bare
out
weather.
No, I really don't care. I don't really care one way or another whether it's retractable or a dome. I just want it to, be a modern NFL stadium and not like the shithole we're currently in.
Yeah. So they're waiting for some legislation to get passed, and they're hopeful that this fall, by the end of the year, that they can actually have shovels in the ground. So good. You can put shovels in the ground and get delayed because of winter in Chicago. So yeah, that kind of, but again, it just, everything that the Bears do seems to be just ass backwards. And, they should have started this process fucking 2 years ago. It's absolutely asinine that they.
Kevin Warren was backing up the whole thing with when he was in Minnesota and that new stadium. That thing took like a good 6-7 years to figure out. Just kind of putting that out there. So I mean, I mean, they say this October stuff and try to figure out. I don't care if they play Arlington Heights. If they do, great. Let's just get this thing moving. I don't care if they play in Arlington, but I'm just the whole back and forth stuff like that. I'll see it when I believe it. So right now, I don't believe anything until those shovels actually are hitting the ground and be like, okay, this is when they're actually going to start building a stadium.
Yeah. Welcome back, Dougie.
Yeah, my power went out and my fucking attic opened. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
no, there was actually a right. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a huge flash right outside my window. There's a nasty storm going on outside.
Well, I could see it from Jason's window. Jason's window keeps flashing.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, everything just went black. So
happens.
And I tripped and I smashed my hat.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right. So we got one last Bears related, but it's not sports talk. It's stuff for us, because we got 4 Bears watch parties that we're doing. Week 2 against the Lions, week 4 against the Raiders, week 8 against the Ravens, and week 13 against the Eagles. And I can officially announce that for the noon games, so that's going to be week 2 and week 8, we're going to be doing a Bears brunch buffet. So for $35, you're going to get just a nice little brunch buffet, pancakes, waffles, eggs, sausage, biscuits, hash browns, all that good stuff. So brunch buffet, and includes 5 drink tickets for beers, mimosas, and bloodies. $35. Food and 5 drinks. You can't beat that deal. You can't beat that deal. So we're hooking you guys up with some food and drink, $35. Those will be added to the links very soon. And then get your brunch on, because if you haven't heard, the Remova's got 2 awesome new beers right now: the Southside Legend and On Your Feet, the Amber Lime, and the Hazy Double Dry Hop IPA. So those are very, very good, and maybe more coming. Tease, hint, nudge. We'll see. But thanks for everyone who's posted and shared this. We can't wait to party with you guys for all Bears season long, and those watch parties are going to be a fun time. We're going to have giveaways, maybe some special guests. So keep tuned for more details.
Can't wait.
All right. Before we get to some funny nonsense here, just a couple quick Sox things. We can do the farm report here in a second, but Jonathan Cannon was sent down last Friday, and he got rocked against the Mariners on Wednesday, and he's had a rough few starts lately, but we're kind of questioning when he came back from his injury, if he was going to have a spot in the rotation, and it appears that he still needs a lot to work on. I don't think they have a replacement for him yet, because they did a bullpen game today, and then after obviously trading Hauser. So thoughts on Jonathan Cannon getting sent down, guys?
It had to happen. I mean, he stunk. I mean, he was just throwing meatballs out there. And it stinks, right? He's still young. I thought there was a possibility that like he could turn into something, but he just doesn't have like that, that nasty shit that like you
the dynamics.
Yeah, right. So hopefully, he figures it out. Maybe he comes back as a bullpen arm, long relief, or something like that. But like we've mentioned, you just got to keep turning this roster over until you find those guys. Like we talked about Corey Joltz getting called up and like just keep it going. If you stink, get out, bring the next guy up, go find another Rule 5 guy, go find another, quadruple A player. Keep going until you end up finding some of these guys.
Yeah. I think that they made the right move, though, sending him down. I know a lot of people were calling for him to go to the bullpen. I think that's more. I think it's more diminishing to get pushed back to the bullpen than it is to get called down. Maybe not to the player, but I think in the long term, I think it really could be a lot better for him to go down, maybe build up his confidence in the AAA a little bit, or find something, and then come back. And if he comes back as a bullpen guy, that's fine. But I think it's one of those deals to where like when you just get demoted like that, like, and you're like, hey, go out to the bullpen, I think that could do more damage to his mentals.
I just got to say one thing. Like, I know he got rocked with Seattle. Seattle's got a really good lineup of hitters. I didn't realize how much like power and speed and oh gosh, I love the lineup. It's a lot of veteran presence, and then having Naylor on there is obviously he's a Sox killer, so he's always gonna kill the Sox, but he's done that in his career. He's just a good hitter, a good home run hitter, and all that. And yes, it's so fortunate that he did get sent down from that game. And I hope there's no rush again. Same thing with the Bears, the same thing with the Sox. It's a lot about patience. You can't rush these guys. If he's doing bad, then he's doing bad. You got to send him down. Look at what's happening with Colson Montgomery right now. The way that he's adjusted, the way that he was having awesome times in single A, double A, and then when he went to triple A, he had to go sent down to Arizona to fix his mechanics of his batting stance or whatever. And look at what he's doing now. He's got his 10th home run in 31 games. So I mean, if he needs adjustments going back down on the farm, I'm okay with it. Like the Sox are not going to go to the wild card. They're not going to the playoffs. Let's just figure it out and hope he does better. Maybe comes back up towards like September, or just fix your mechanics. That's all I'm looking for here.
Yeah. Just real quick, I want to go back to this Mimosa Bite comment. What other head coach would you say is Johnson's equal? Got to hear this. I don't know if he has an equal yet because he hasn't played a game. You would like him to be like a Sean Payton or a Sean McVay. You would like for those comps to come in, but we won't know yet until we actually see like halfway into the season.
I actually want to leave that up because I do like when new people are in the chats, and I like when So I appreciate Mimosa's buddies.
Welcome.
He had mentioned that like Ben Johnson ranks 28th in the league right now in head coach. We can't you can't qualify rookie head coaches. So like for now, I think his equals are Liam Cohen and who else is the who am I thinking of? Kellen Moore. Moore, like all of these guys. Even if you want to talk about like the hot new thing a couple years ago, everyone was clamoring for Brian Daboll as an offensive head coach. Like I think Brian Daboll has, sputtered with the Giants, but like he's very highly comparable to what Ben Johnson is this year. Mm-hmm. But he hasn't coached a meaningful NFL game, so I just don't think you could rank him right now.
Yeah,
that's a little tough.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Shout out to the Sox too for the weekend activities. They did great with the Bill Veck night. Ozzie Guy and Baba. They had the 50-foot hot dog.
That was awesome. The wedding on the field. Even though
I'm very sorry that you did not get married this weekend. We were really rooting for you and Missy to get 1 minute married on the field. I think we need to.
Well, hold on. Did you see the whole thing? Because we were at the game that day. and they also had a baby there as well too. I think the whole story with that, it was a good feel story that, I just think that, happy for that couple, for them, getting married. They also had Andy the Clown there too. I don't know if you guys saw Andy the Clown.
Sure did.
I saw that.
Wait, whoa, what's going on here?
He was freaking some people out that I guess people aren't. I mean, there's a lot of people that are not clown people. So Andy the Clown being back is good. So now it goes, and now I'm going to give spoilers away. I had this idea for a shirt, and now that we see Andy the Clown there with Southpaw, I'm going to ask, because we're children of the 90s, where's Waldo? We need Waldo the Wolf back there. That was my guy, even though it was one season in the 90s. Waldo the Wolf was my guy. We might have to, you know what? We are going to. We need a Where's Waldo shirt with our guy Waldo the Wolf.
Like it. Good guys wear black.
And then we're marrying you guys in Lot B. We've said this before. We don't need a special, like a contest winners. We could throw it on our own.
I'll even let you guys pick what I cook for the catering.
Oh yeah, see that's nice. That's nice.
Say arrachera no tortilla. Arrachera no tortilla.
All the suits come back with arrachera stains on them.
All right, we'll talk about this later. Next.
All right. We always have to wrap up the Sox. Even though we're quick Sox talk this week, we always got to wrap it up with everyone's favorite.
JT's
favorite. Who's favorite? Talk about it.
Farm report with me. Just going a quick rundown of all the Sox prospects for the last 7 days. So we're gonna go through these because we got some nonsense to get here. First up is Yandres Gomez. He went 3 innings, 1 earned run, and 3 Ks. So shout out to Yandres Gomez. Great start down in. We're in Charlotte. We're talking Charlotte right now. Also sticking to the mound, Bryce Wilson. Another great game from him. 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 4 Ks. Okay, if
that's a good one.
If Jonathan Can's not getting done, I would like to see some Bryce Wilson here. I think he's been great the past month, and call him up. Let's see what he's got. You got nothing else to lose.
So I was going to say the same thing about Yandres Gomez.
Yeah, let's give him a shot. Jonathan Can's not cutting it. They got nothing else to lose on this. So let's head down to Birmingham now. Hagen Smith. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. So good to see Hagen going a little deeper into the game. That's been kind of his bugaboo lately. And looks like his time's probably he is going to be playing in him and Noah were confirmed to be in Arizona. Doing some fall balls. So hopefully he keeps on working on his mechanics because people are starting to question the Hagen Smith choice now. Because when you see the prospect rankings, we could have had Jock, could have had Connor Griffin. I'm
glad you mentioned that. There has been a lot of anti-Hagen Smith propaganda within the last week on the old White Sox Twitters, which I thought, he's been struggling and it's been an up and down, but he's still very young. I think he's still 21, 22. It's a work in progress. I am not like we coined him. I'm not ready. I'm still running wild with Hulk Hagen mania.
Yeah, it's a tough scene when you see Connor Griffin is the number 1 prospect in baseball right now, and we could have had him.
Yeah.
So,
but especially because the White Sox knew they needed bats, and they just kept doubling down on pitchers and pitchers and pitchers. And so that's where you're, and it's okay to question that, right? Because like they needed bats, and they just kept drafting pitchers.
Yeah. So he better pan out. He better be a stud because there's going to be a lot of revisionist history if Jock and Connor come out to be fucking the next top guys in baseball, and Hagen fans out. All right, Tanner McDougal, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 4 K. So another pedestrian start, but good to see. Only no runs, only gave up the hit. Then on the offensive side, Sam Antonacci, the slapdick, 227, 5 for 22 with only 1 RBI. So another pedestrian week for that. He needs to get that back up there. Brady Montgomery, the newly promoted Brady Montgomery, 238, 5 for 21 with only a double. So offensive side, not good. I think a lot of these guys are probably running out of gas at the end of the season. So, but got some good starts over on the pitching side, especially in Charlotte. So let's get that Jonathan Cannon replacement ASAP.
Let's go.
And then they cut Thor. Was that correct?
Yes, they did cut Syndergaard. Yes.
Damn. I was hoping to see at least one Thor start at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Just for me.
Yeah. All right. Let's pay a quick ad from one of our sponsors.
Oh, please.
Elite Icons is your #1 source for quality and affordable jersey framing. You can trust their products and services to be genuine and of the highest quality, backed by their extensive industry experience. They offer custom jersey framing at the most competitive prices in the nation. Additionally, they host several public and private signings each year, featuring your favorite players. Regardless of the sport or project type, they can frame it. So visit them at eliteicons.biz or call them at 630-863-0647.
All right. It's time for the bums to go to hell. Peter,
we were going anyway. We're maybe that's where someone's calling you with your spooky ass. You might have an early visit.
Yeah.
So, Peter, I'm gonna get the slideshow going here. You want to preface what we're gonna be doing here?
So I want to give a thank you to Mailman Jack. He's on vacation. So Jason, he's sitting the bums and MVBs out. He's on vacation. He's taking a week off from Bums and MVB, but he's still providing content. He tweeted this out this week, and then this is my own personal hell rankings. And he's talking about complete silence, stop and go traffic, bagging your own groceries, long lines, and talking to someone with an opinion on everything. And those are all really good things. I mean, like terrible things, but like a good answers to your own personal hell. So I saw this tweet and I sent it to the group and I said, we should just do our own personal hell, because to be honest, between Jason and everyone else, like there's some ornery guys here. When Johnny gets angry, Johnny gets angry. And we all know Jason yelling at clouds, and even Dougie. I haven't seen Dougie angry, but when he does get angry, you could tell he's pissed. So it's like, I want to see what our own personal hells are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be running on the slideshow here. This might be a personal hell for someone, but friend of the bums, Jacqueline Hill Goss, just tweeted that Taylor Swift's website is counting down to something, and now she won't be sleeping.
Ooh.
New album announcement tomorrow. She's going on Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey's New Heights podcast. The rumor is that she's got an all orange background. Orange is the theme of her new album. It's the 12th Taylor Swift album. I know, Dougie, you're friends with the Kelsey brothers. Do you have any insight on this?
Yeah, it's gonna sell a lot of records.
Man, you're like a fan club type of knowing all that information.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I've said I've a noted Swift.
Is that why you're wearing orange right now?
Nah, this is brown. This is a man shirt. This is a work shirt, baby.
Yeah, right.
Jason, I love the graphics to this.
Yes, it's awesome. All right, I did it in slideshow top 10 format. So Johnny, you're up. First one you got.
Addicts.
Wait.
No,
Addicts.
Everyone's pissed at addicts.
I hate the addicts. I hate it.
This is literally your own personal hell, Jason. Is that
Hold
addict?
on.
Don't get me started.
I thought you know what? We had a hold on. Okay, here we go. There you go, Johnny. I got it. Little technical difficulty. Number 5 for you.
Yeah, I hate the heat. I know there's a lot of people out there that when they talk about summer and they're loving that 90-degree heat and whatever. I can't stand it. I can't stand it from it's anything from like 80 to 100 degrees. And like I'm out there for a certain period of time. And I know I got two guys.
You know, they're gonna roast you right now.
No, that's why I'm being careful about what I'm saying. But I got two guys out there, Peter and Dougie, who are out there all the time, who have to work in the outside and work in the heat, regardless of whatever the conditions are. But it's just the way I am. It's just my opinion that, I'm not a big fan. I have to walk to the train, walk to work and stuff like that. So I do have to walk. Obviously, it's not an 8-hour, 9-hour, 10-hour day like these guys. But, just regardless, I can't stand heat. Not a heat person.
You should have put 100 plus because it makes it seem like you're cool with like 101, 102.
Yeah,
103.
only up to 100.
Yeah.
Once you get to 101, it's pretty decent for John.
Right.
Okay, I should have said plus. I'm sorry. You know what? When he was asking me this, I was working.
I know.
Okay? I'm sorry if I didn't detail this.
I just giggle a little bit.
All right, Johnny, you're number 4. Oops, wrong way. There we go.
More addicts.
More addicts.
Oh,
Yes, this is a great answer, John.
That is a great answer.
So, yes, the men's bathroom lines at Soldier Field. And I'm going to tell you something. I keep it very minimal when I'm drinking at Soldier Field because I do not want to wait in any of those lines. There was one game when I went to, and I usually go every year. There was one game I went to. I literally, I'm not even exaggerating here. I missed the whole third quarter.
No, you miss a quarter of a game if you go to
Yes.
bathroom, at least in the section where our family has the tickets. And it doesn't matter if it's first quarter, fourth quarter. As soon as the game starts and you have to go to the bathroom, you're going to miss a quarter of the action. And now I know people in the comments like, oh, there's like a hidden bathroom where I've tried them all. I've tried all the bathrooms. We've done all the lines. That 300, 350 or what with 3.
Yeah, it's like 350.
354.
Well, I'm not gonna say. I don't want anybody's finding who we are.
Come find us. It stinks, man. It stinks. Those lines stink. That's a great answer. They might be
Bathroom per section at the new Arlington Heights.
Yeah, make more bathrooms.
Give me a instead of cup holders like the United Center. Give me a urinal right there in my seat.
Right.
Oh, that's gonna be splashing all over the place. No, I don't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, or you just hold the door like our friend Joey P for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unless you get the
Best
personal
friends with McCash.
the chairman's bathroom.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right, what do we got?
All right.
All right, next one. Giants number 3.
Yes, gym etiquette. I always talk about this all the time. Holding up equipment because they are either on their phone or talking to others. So I always see this at my gym where they're on a bench or any equipment out there, and there's like a bunch of kids that are just kind of hanging out and just talking. And I literally tell them like, how many more reps you got to do? And there's I just got like 1 or 2 reps, and they're taking their sweet ass time. So there's a lot of people out there that don't understand the gym etiquette properly, where if you're looking for equipment, I just want to work in certain sets, whether it's shoulders, back, chest, whatever the case may be. But I have a set way of how I do things. And when I see people just kind of sitting there and just talking, and I'll go up to them, I'll tell them like, hey, what do how many more reps, how many more sets? Because all I see them is that they're just kind of talking on the phones or they're just talking to their friends. So that kind of irks me a little bit. Gym etiquette.
Your own personal hell.
Yes.
All right. Number 2 for you.
Yes. So when I am on the CTA, Metra, bus, wherever, I get it's not a lot of time. So, but when it's there, I can't fucking stay. I don't want to hear your conversation. I don't want to hear it. And I don't know why you have it on your fucking speaker either. That's another thing. It's one thing that, hey, if you're talking, no, I don't even want you to raise your hand.
I'm going to let you finish, and I have a question. Keep going.
Okay. All right. Because I have to hear your conversation. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any of the stuff that you're talking about. And even like people who are talking on their phone, just like they're talking fucking loud on their phone. I don't want to hear the conversation. It's again, it's like etiquette. Like I don't want to hear any of this stuff. If you're like a low talker, if you're talking on the phone, it's emergency, whatever. I get that. That's totally fine. But there's people that are just, they don't give a fuck. And they're talking on that speaker. And I have to hear not only that person talking, but I have to hear the other person talking on the phone. And I don't, I usually have my headphones on.
That's my question. You don't have noise.
Hold on. You can have the noise canceling, whatever. These people will trump over that. And they talk loud. I'm telling you, there's the people who do it. They will talk loud on the phone.
Yeah, I'm not defending these people. You're right. These people are the worst.
Mhm.
But like whenever I'm rarely on the bus or train, but I mean, we'll take the train at Lollapalooza or whatever, but more on a plane or anything. You got to have the noise canceling headphones. I could get stabbed or shot. I'm not going to hear anything because like I'm in my own bubble listening to music or watching something.
Yeah, you want to go? Hey, come with me on a CTA on a weekday, and I'll show you. So then we could be like talking about this noise cancellations.
Okay. All right. Maybe I will.
Yeah. So.
All right. And Johnny's number one personal hell.
Oh, well, yeah. You live close to the stadium.
So I think for the most part, I ain't driving to any, like, I'm usually taking public transportation, or either I'm hitching a ride with you guys. It depends. Sox games are actually not that bad. So I can't really put the Sox out there, but if it's like a wrestling event, guys, we've been to like pay-per-views and stuff like that, at the Now Arena, or, obviously I will never, ever go and park at Soldier Field for a Bears game. In no way. Because I remember one time I went there for a preseason game, and I missed 2 fucking quarters because they were telling me to go this way, to go that way, and whatever. It fucking sucked. So that's one like thing that I just can't stand is it's more like after. I would say, if you're getting there early, you could get there early. So a lot of times you're not really running into certain situations like that. I think it's more like after a game or event.
Getting out
is like the word. Yeah, it's terrible. United Center, that's another one as well too, where you're after, like, you get out of there and it's like the game's over and people are getting out, like they don't know where to go. Like people feel like they're fucking lost. So yeah, that's my top 5 of hell.
All right. Next up, we got Dougie, number 5.
Yeah, having a poop with a dead cell phone. You're just like, you're sitting there and you just have your thoughts. And usually most of those times, like, like it's either at work or something, so you don't even have like a magazine, like in your own comfort of your home. And yeah,
shampoo bottle.
Yeah, dude, it's just, you're just looking for anything. Yeah. So.
You know what? It's funny because like we've had smartphones for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I did pre-phone while I was pooping.
Magazine. You gotta
newspaper.
Johnny, back when we lived together, the Bank Street Boys, we had the Bachelor Pad. I think we had magazine like like either Maxim or FHM or Esquire. You have them on both bathrooms. You just read a magazine while you poop. But yes, I mean, desperate times, you read the back of a shampoo bottle or whatever is in the bathroom.
Yeah, you get really deep into your thoughts with that shit.
You do, Dougie.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
All right. You're number 4.
Number 4. Going out to a restaurant that ends up sucking. That there's nothing more like that pisses me off even more is like if I go to a restaurant and know that I could have cooked something better and I spent a shitload more money on it. That pisses me off like to no high hell. So, especially with the cost of going out to eat nowadays.
Yep.
Yeah,
we've been there. We've been there at bad restaurants, or when the restaurant not only sucks but they fuck up your order too.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the worst. So, just winter.
The entire 4 months.
Your personal hell is 4 months of winter. I like it.
Yeah.
November through March sucks.
Dude, honestly, it's just, what, being on call and just like, I don't sleep right. I'm always like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, check my cell phone, make sure I didn't miss a call from work. And like, I don't know. It's just like, it's gray out, like, not only do you work hard, but then you don't get like that, that fun of like being outside or doing stuff.
I hate
like, yeah, like it's just, it really is. It's like, I thought about this for a while. I'm like, man, I really hate the winter. Like I hate everything about it besides like football and stuff like that. But yeah, I hate winter.
It's blood money. It's the way I like, compare it or whatever. Obviously, like we got to do it, but like the 2 nights before like a really bad storm is just torture because you're checking the radar, you're prepping everything, and it just sucks. And like especially now, like obviously, like, I love the Bears. Like, we try to plan things. Like, if we have an event, like we did a watch party at the Hawks, and I was like, there's a possibility me and Dougie are just not at that event because, like, there's nothing we can do about it. Obviously, it was good weather that day, and, like, we made it. But I was like, it's always just a coin flip of, like, you trying to make plans in the wintertime. That's a great answer, Dougie.
Yeah, and that's the other part that sucks too, is lately the weathermen have been so terrible with their predictions. Like,
I'm not gonna get political, but I could tell you a reason why the American weather system stinks right now.
Oh, okay.
And it could be about budget cuts and something that everybody keeps defunding. Okay. The radar in the NAM models stink.
Yeah.
All right, Dougie, your number 2 is one of that. When you said it to me, I was like, simpatico, you know, homie, because this is what my honorable mention for my personal hell.
Yep. Yeah, asking my wife what she wants for dinner. So most of the time I just pick what we're having because I'm out there cooking it and stuff like that. But there's the times when, like, when I don't want to cook and I'm literally just looking for an answer because I am so dog tired. It's like, I don't know, what do you want? And, you know, I know we all go through this. But then it's like, she's like, oh, I'm up for anything. And then you give her 3 options and she's like, and I'm like, well, you just said you were up for anything. And I just gave you 3 options and you don't want any of those. I'm like, okay, well then you pick something. She's like, well, I'm up for anything, but just not those 3 things. And it's literally
which negates the definition of I'm up for anything.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, that was almost my number one. Because it drives me insane. Absolutely insane.
The way it goes with me and my wife, it's like, hey, what do you got taste for? And she goes, foods. And I'm just like, okay, that's a very broad, like, do you want Mexican? Do you want Asian? Do you want a pizza, burger? Like,
I know.
I don't know. What are you feeling? And it's the same. It's Groundhog Day every day.
Yeah, dog chasing tail. It's just
yep. So,
yep.
Yeah.
All right, and your number 1.
My number 1 is going on a trip and not having anything planned. So I'm kind of just like you, Jason. I like to plan my stuff out. I like to, you know, it isn't that I necessarily have to stick to it, but I like to make sure that I have stuff planned to where if I want to go to a restaurant, I have something ready. If I want to go to a bar, I have something ready. If I want to go to an activity, I have something ready. It's just something in the chamber. Now, sometimes I'll go on trips or I'll go do stuff with other people and they don't have stuff planned. And it drives me absolutely insane because, and I don't want to, this is going to sound really like conceited, but my time is so fucking valuable to me. And I don't get much free time with my family that I have to max it out. I want to make sure that I'm doing anything and everything that I can to make sure that I'm enjoying my time. There is nothing that kills me more than when I'm somewhere and we're just like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And then it's just hours of that. And then you end up doing something very lackluster and it sucks. That is literally my personal hell because now I feel like I've not only wasted my time, I've wasted a trip, I've wasted, countless things. So for me, 1-1, my personal hell is going somewhere, being somewhere that I've never been before and not having any plans.
Some people might say that's their personal heaven.
So I'm going to push back a little bit, only because like whenever we're on trips, and Jay, you're the planner. Mm-hmm. Like you have everything like in order. And that's great and all. But like you mentioned, Dougie, like my time is valuable. When I'm on vacation, I don't want to have to be like 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Sometimes it's too much. Sure. And to the point where like we've been on vacation, not with you guys, but I've been on one specific vacation where I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to do my own thing because like it doesn't even feel like a vacation anymore.
You don't want to rush it.
Yeah. And so like I agree. It's probably better to have some things planned because if I were to go on vacation, we wouldn't plan shit and just kind of wing it. But a lot of the times it's like when you're especially when you're in a big group and you're just waiting on people because we're like, hey, we got this at 2. So we're just like waiting in the lobby at like 1:30 and people don't show up till like, 2:15. I'm like, fuck this. I'd rather go do something on my own.
Yep. Yeah. It's mainly just having things in the chamber.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I like. So yeah,
All right, good.
those
Good
are my
list.
personal hells.
All right. I don't know if me or Peter's next. Peter's next.
That's me. Dougie, you work outside.
Yeah.
It's especially like something like today. Like it was supposed to rain up north. It wasn't supposed to rain by us. It sounds like it's raining. The White Sox game was delayed or whatever. Just being wet. Like you just can't avoid it sometimes. You're working outside. You're working in the rain. Just wet clothes, wet socks. It fucking feels gross. I hate it. I'm lucky enough to where where we work, I'm 5-10 minutes away. So as soon as it rains and it stops raining, I'm going to change. Like my workers probably don't have that luxury. You just work in the fucking wet clothes. But I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of these boots. I just have to change. Wet clothes or wet socks. And Johnny, you're probably right there with me. I mean, you walk to the train or everything like that. Like sometimes you just get, don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes people get wet and it sucks.
Oh yeah, no. It's gonna rain tomorrow, and I'm trying to figure out like in the morning, like even if I have umbrella, that umbrella like downtown, that umbrella don't give a fuck. Like that, it's gonna like break or whatever. So I'm trying to like. You ever see that Perfect Strangers intro when they're like literally trying to like go through that wind? I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen, and then if it's like literally if it's pouring, if it's raining. Yes, you're going to get wet regardless if you have. Obviously, I wear shorts to the office, so but still, like it doesn't matter if it's a strong enough storm. I'm with you on that as well too.
All right, number 4 for Peter.
Yeah, and typically now, like the big corporations are better with this, right? Like you call and they say the wait time is 30 minutes, leave a number and we'll get back to you. But there's a lot of times, and especially like with suppliers, or like if I'm dealing with like parts or even like calling a lunch order in for the workers and stuff like that, you get put on hold. It could be 2 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It fucking drives me nuts. And a lot of these you're going to notice, like once you get down the list, it's the feeling of being helpless. Because it's not your fault. You have no control in the matter, and it sucks. So it just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
I think we're all in agreement. Like whenever there's like an app update, or like if you're in line at Ticketmaster, or even Jason right now with your modem or like your internet and stuff, like technology should be getting further and further along that we don't have these issues. But every once in a while, there's a bad update or there's a bad like something to where like technology doesn't work. I mean, I talk about my computer smoking sometimes when I'm uploading or rendering a video. Like Julie gets like, and I know I got to get a new laptop and I'm probably going to do that sometime soon. But like sometimes the laptop freezes and there's like nothing you can do. And I'm just like waiting like 20 minutes for it to reboot or update and stuff like that. And I'm like, this fucking sucks. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I'm with you. I will, when technology doesn't work, my wife.
This is true too. I am the IT department. I'm accounting. I'm IT. I'm HR. I'm everybody.
I go like full like raging bear when technology doesn't work, man. Like Sarah's got to stay away from me because I'll fucking like throw shit or slam something like I snap.
I've seen you, and I know you're simpatico in this too, but like a lot of time it's even like something like waiting on queue on Ticketmaster. It's like me and Julie really want tickets, and like we did everything we're supposed to do, pre-order, pre-save, everything like that.
Yep.
And sometimes you're 20,000th in line. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You got to watch that little jag-off stick figure move.
It drives me crazy, dude.
But you know what? For tickets like that, can't you just? Do they still have like box office where you can actually go and like somewhere to get
at the stadium?
Maybe,
yeah, at the stadium.
I feel like I got something to say like after the show, that I think the box office tickets are very like maybe you got to use them a lot more versus just going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, so this is something now that we are more sitting in the one and maybe the 108 guys, our Uncle Beef or us now, like I'm not saying we're anybody or anything, but sometimes you're sitting down or you're doing something at the tailgate and people post a picture of you that it's not. I mean, obviously we all got a couple, 2-3 modelos in us. We got a little bit of beef and we got a little bit of pounds to us. Some unflattering pics that you can't ask somebody to take down, right? Like that's the worst thing in the world. I will never do that. I don't delete tweets and I wouldn't ask people to take something down. But sometimes you're in the background of a picture and I'm like, you look like, and I'm talking to myself, like, you look like a bag of shit, dude. And it's like, you just can't do anything about it. You just kind of have to eat that picture. So posting unflattering pics or posts that like, it's not necessarily your fault, right? Because if we do selfies, we're taking them up high and we're all looking decent.
Hitting the right angles.
Yeah, but like sometimes you're sitting in the 108 or you're at a tailgate and like somebody snipes you and I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I wasn't wearing that or I wish I, sucked it in a little bit. So, yeah.
All right. And your number one.
Julie knows this. Sitting in traffic, it's the feeling of helplessness. I think that's why I can't really like work for someone. It's like I have to be someone in control. I've always had that. Even like, I should probably delegate a lot of like this kind of stuff, to other people. But like I'm a little bit of a control freak. And like sitting in traffic, you have no control. You have no control over any of it. And it drives me crazy. I get upset. Like I make other people uncomfortable, mostly Julie and the kids and stuff like that. But it's like, fucking people are dumb. Just keep it moving. Just please drive.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I've been with you on a couple of those trips where I know you're bit, and I don't even fucking say shit to you. I'm quiet with you.
I try to keep my cool in most situations. Traffic. I'm not. I lose it. Like that's why it's my one. I mean,
everybody hates traffic. Everybody hates traffic.
All right, my turn is up, and I think I try to do like more like situations, instead of like things. So, my number 5 is I'm not working right now, but Friday afternoon meetings were always my personal hell. I've been a staunch advocate that anything after 12 o'clock on a Friday is fucking psychopathic. Like you're a sociopath if you schedule a 3 or 4 o'clock afternoon meeting on a Friday afternoon. Sitting in those things, you're not thinking, you're not paying attention. All you want is like, when's the time to crack that first beer? And it's fucking, those things drag and they fucking suck.
So no meetings past noon, you're saying?
Yeah, no meetings past noon on a Friday. Everybody's checked out. Nobody wants to go over fucking numbers and reports and shit. Like, save it for Monday.
I would like.
He wants a half day Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't. I mean, I'll schedule estimates, but that's because my customers want to meet at that time or whatever. I wouldn't do it. But like, I would think like 2 o'clock. I think 2 o'clock is fair. Like before 2. After 2, I agree with, but noon seems a little early.
What was your normal quitting time? Was it 5?
Like on a Friday, like 4:30.
Okay, it's kind of there.
Yeah,
maybe 1 o'clock. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
like the productivity isn't. It just ain't gonna be there because people are thinking about the weekend.
Yep. All right, my number 4. Being at a graduation or gender reveal party. The two worst parties in existence.
Why are you going?
Because if it's family and stuff, sometimes you have to go.
Dude, or maybe I guess it's different between family. My family is so big that like they had a really big and like really nice family reunion yesterday. I didn't even think about going because no one's gonna miss me. There's fucking 60 people there, so it don't matter. Maybe it's different with smaller groups, but like I would never go to a graduation or gender reveal party unless it's like my sister or someone that I really have to be there for.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations on graduating and going to high school. Like, okay, you and 99% of the world. Like, or the gender reveal. Damn it, I froze again.
No, we can still hear you though.
Oh, okay, good. The gender reveals. You don't need a big elaborate. Just tell us. We have to buy pink or blue for the baby. But I'm if you're gonna do a graduation party, you get one. It's college. If you're not going to college, then it's high school. You get one party. You don't get a party every time you fail up.
No, yeah, high school.
Well, let me
yeah,
write
college,
this down.
college
Note to
graduation
self: never invite Jason to my daughter's graduation party.
Thank
Now,
you.
Yeah.
wait, time out. Now, what if the graduation party is at Dave and Buster's?
I could be persuaded.
You just want to go to the after party, like not the graduation. You want to go to
You know, like
graduation.
Some people have like the house party. Some people have it like in a banquet hall or something, and it's just like, come on, you know, like.
What if you
This
just come over to my house and I reveal my gender?
Oh, Dougie.
What?
All right. Number 3 is very specific. Being stuck in a room with a bunch of bourbon nerds who only know how to talk about bourbon and picks because they lack social skills.
It seems very specific.
I feel
Wow.
I feel seen.
Wow. That's very detailed.
Look,
I love that. No, it's very specific. I love that you post that one on the day we release Bourbon Bums video for Russell Reserve 13 Spring 2025. Everybody, bourbon nerds, go watch.
I love bourbon. I love doing bourbon reviews, and you know, like I don't mind talking to people about bourbon. But when you're in a group with a bunch of other bourbon nerds, no one knows how to talk about anything else besides fucking bourbon. And we're gonna. I had this pick and it was awesome. And I went down to Wild Turkey last week and I was able to get this, and then I wasn't able to get this, and then because we missed it, but we're gonna go back. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. No one fucking cares about your bourbon war stories. Talk about your life. Talk about something normal besides, did you try this bottle? No, I haven't. It's really good. It's really good. You should try it. Should
talk
I?
about your spooky
Cool.
addict?
Yeah, talk about spooky addict.
Yeah, talk about
But like, I don't need to, you know, hear you ask me if I tried 17 different bottles that I haven't tried.
Right. Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from, because like when we get together and we're trying a bunch of different bourbon, because we all bring different stuff over to your house and, you know, other settings. Yeah. Like we might start talking, you know, about bourbon, but like it really transitions to other stuff. Usually ends up with singing karaoke or something. Or
Hold on. We have a group chat of just like bourbon and tequila, and there's times where, and listen, Jason, I've known you for such a long time, but there is a specific group where we're just talking nothing but that, and I'm like, I mute you guys. I'm like, I don't.
I would do, Johnny.
This is too much for me. So this number 3 is exactly what I feel about you guys. I have to mute it. I have to mute it.
Johnny knows.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, Peter, you nailed it. Rush hour traffic. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think we're in agreement. Yeah.
That drive from on a Friday afternoon to go to a game from my house to the park, or even to go to the city for like happy hour for dinner or something. Just shoot me now. Absolutely fucking hate it. Drives me nuts. Especially on 55, because no one knows how to drive, and there's just like 3 accidents every rush hour.
Dude, I tweet about it like a couple times a year. 55 is the worst. And I know, you know, every highway that everyone drives is the worst. But 55 is a special kind of suck. Johnny's saying no.
No. The Kennedy is the worst one out of all of them. I will die on that hill.
I agree.
The 55 is not that bad. You go on the Kennedy, that is the worst one.
Or you could make an argument for 290 too. So
yeah,
you could also,
290 is 290 is brutal.
Yeah. All right. And my number 1 personal hell, being a Chicago sports fan. I've been living in hell for the past 43 years with some glimpses of hope, but the last 20 years specifically have been a personal hell for.
Well, the Blackhawks won like in 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, there's, like I said, some glimpses. But
I get
in
it.
general, being a Chicago sports fan is
I agree.
Chicago Sky.
All right. So that is our personal house. So thank you guys for awesome submissions.
Yeah.
And with that, it's time to close out the show with bumming some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
All right, time for our listener bums and MVPs. We got a good amount this week. Start off with Sean, bum of the week, YouTube TV. I was being blacked. Oh, sorry. Good thing he said out there. I was like, "Ooh, wait a minute there."
That's a different series that Jason watches.
I was being blacked out from the game yesterday, even though living 6 hours away. Yeah, that I saw that they happened on NFL Network. They were showing the game, and then like 2 minutes into the game, they were like, "Nope,
Cut it off.
can't watch it."
That sucks, dude. I mean, we're getting to the point where, you know, like everything's on streaming and everything's like more widely available. Just lift the restrictions to both NFL and Major League Baseball. It makes no sense anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, next up we got Candace, bum of the week, insects. Yes.
I second that one.
Bugs.
That's a good one.
Yeah, damn mosquito bites. Rich, MVB, Illinois baseball and softball for making it to a national stage. Evergreen Park, Clarendon Hills, and Burbank. Specifically, the Burbank team who went 2-2 with both losses by a single run. Team of all grinders who played hard until the final out.
Yeah, I shared it. We retweeted it from the Bums account, but Rich had the tweet out there with a couple like video highlights. And it was just a bunch of grinder rules, man. People making diving catches. It was really cool. So if you guys are interested, go to the Bums page or go to Rich's Twitter. But yeah, man, you know, it's always good when someone's representing the hometown or, you know, the local area.
Yeah. Yep. Next up, we got D Rose fan, MVB. That play call leading to a Komet TD had the entire defense out of sort. I'm not sure was the practice or.
D Rose fan might have been playing Madden. It might have been a Madden game that he was playing, but Komet definitely didn't play yesterday. But I do appreciate the submission.
Yes. Yep. So maybe it was the Friday practice against Miami.
I was going to say I do believe that he was at one of the practices. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. I retract that statement, D Rose fan.
Yeah. And bum of the week, myself missing out on local neighborhood festivals this weekend. Always enjoy them. You gotta hit them street fests, man. They're always a good time.
Hell yeah.
Cindy Brown, MVB, salute to Nancy Fowles for playing the organ for the last time last weekend. Matt James from ABC's The Bachelor visiting Section 108 during yesterday's game, and 108 in Barstool for Lot B podcast. And his bum of the week is Mr. Delicious, LOL. I think we. Oh no. Yeah, I did it. Mm-hmm. My Sock Summer. This guy. If any of you guys got some context on this, I'm not 100% sure what this is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him what's that from.
Yeah. Peter decided to. This was Peter's video, and he's missing. There he is.
I'm here. I love. You know, we usually don't get a submission from My Sock Summer. I don't know if this was a bum or MVB, but he made a submission. It said this guy. And it's a picture of that guy. So maybe bum, maybe MVB. Thank you, My Sock Summer.
All right, next up we got Tina, MVB. I drink Budweiser for getting me the Bill Veck bobbleheads. Good for you. That's good. Awesome. Bum of the week, the D-bags that drive on the shoulders of the expressway. I hope you all have flat tires. I hate that too. I think it's always like, if I did that, I'm getting pulled over immediately. Mm-hmm. But when they do it, they get away with it. So,
but usually on the shoulders is where all the junk is. They probably are getting flat tires because I wouldn't drive on the shoulders.
Mm-mm. Yep. All right. Next up, we got. There we go. Joey P. Bum of the week. Fantasy football drafts that are scheduled before the start of preseason games. That's your fault, man, for joining leagues that schedule early drafts. If you're in a league that does that, you leave and you say, I ain't down with your shit anymore because
I wonder if he's talking specifically more Manny's league.
Oh, and that's why I think he needs to leave that league because week one fantasy football drafts are asinine. You're asking for your first round. pick to get hurt.
Jordan Addison got hurt end of the year. He's season-ending injury.
Jordan Addison?
No, Madison.
No, Madison. I was gonna be like,
sorry.
Shit. It's like,
he's suspended.
He's suspended for 4 games.
Yeah. But yeah, Joey, you got to leave that league. Can't. MVB Sunday naps. I agree. Sunday naps are great. Bum of the week 2. What the hell are we doing here? Cracker Barrel. Don't like it. It looks like they went extra cracker.
Yeah.
I saw people complaining. It's like a Chip and Joanna decor.
Yeah, the Gaines.
The Gaines.
Magnolia Barrel.
Bring back the old school Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. I've never been to a Cracker Barrel, old or new, so I don't know.
Oh, we gotta take you. That's it. We gotta live film Peter.
I would go to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, me and Julie. I think Julie had that tweet out there this week. We've never been to a Cracker Barrel.
Wow.
Let's go.
I've been to a shit ton of Waffle House. Is it better than Waffle House?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Next up, Mrs. Joey P. Sandy. MVP Patrick Kane. He still loves Chicago. Then why'd you leave? Why'd you go to Detroit?
No,
I don't think that's his fault.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Joey P and Sandy. They went to the Patrick Kane Day. It was 8/8, and they did a whole thing about it. They were promoting it on ESPN, and Barstool Chicago promoted it heavily. Patrick Kane has a really good podcast with Chief and Eddie for The Stretch, where he talked about that. He thought that they were going to offer him a new deal 2 different times, and he was willing to sign back with Chicago, and it never happened. And I'm like, that fucking broke my heart listening to that podcast.
Yeah,
I know. No, I get it's not his choice that the Hawks didn't make a contract, but you didn't have to go to Detroit though.
He did. He's flourishing in Detroit.
He's doing good.
Except, again, you didn't have to go.
Yeah.
The other team would have taken him. Jeff Bartlett, MVP Metro for having cup holders on some of their trains. That's more what United Center has. I didn't know these collapsible, foldable cup holders were a thing. Now I'm even more pissed off that they couldn't just drill these in the back of a hole in the chairs.
Wow, the Metro has that now?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what I appreciate about Jeff submitting this? He's an ally, because I don't even think Jeff Bartlett drinks. I've never seen him drink a beer or anything, a pop or a water. He might be an alien, and that's no offense to Jeff Bartlett, but he knows the fight that Dougie and Joey P are fighting.
Yeah.
And he submitted this, and I was like, yeah, like this makes sense.
Is it possible that Joey and Dougie can push the United Center to finally get cup holders?
We're trying.
I mean,
they're doing it.
We gotta do hashtag. We gotta start pushing this.
Well,
I
keep tagging like I know he didn't tag him here. I tag him every single time. Anytime somebody posts anything about a cup holder, United Center, be better.
Yeah. Late MVP from our guy Taco. Love you guys for making Monday nights amazing.
Taco.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Next up, King Ass, Bum of the Week, Ben Johnson. Go get the W. You weren't playing for tie games. Fireball.
This guy's overreacting.
Fire Ben Johnson. I'm all for it.
Not a single word about Tyson Bagent.
His MVP is rain. My lawn was thirsty. Yes. Give us all. The grass needs it. Give us all the rain. Brett Hafner, MVP. The excitement of fantasy drafts and Colson Montgomery. Motherfucking Montgomery. Yes. Bum of the Week, using ASAP in 2 tree weeks in the same sentence. Yeah, that's kind of a misnomer.
Yeah.
And next up we got Aaron, MVP, Easy Band at Elgin Fest. So fun. I think Peter, you're going to talk about that.
I am going to talk about that, but yeah, she read my mind.
And Bum of the Week, the White Sox for losing on Missy Palooza's birthday bash. That was an embarrassing game on Friday. Just getting their asses handed to them. Next up we got that's it.
No, that's it. There is no Mailman Jack. He's on vacation. He'll be back next week, so we appreciate Mailman Jack as always. But yeah, that was the last one.
All right, I'm gonna kick off our bums and MVBs. I have no MVBs this week, so my only bum of the week is Ghosts. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my attic.
Good band though.
I wouldn't be talking to Ghosts like that.
Real good band.
No more Ghosts.
Yeah, you say that all the time, Johnny. And you know what? We might have to make a separate BumCast, not a BumCast, but like a bum show.
No,
I'm starting to think Johnny is not the music guy of the group. I want to put that out.
No,
there.
no, no.
I'm gonna put that out there for.
I'm sorry. I will.
future
No,
podcast.
nope. I'm not. I have so much to say about that band. I'm not gonna even go there. Don't start with me. Don't start with me.
All right. Well, I'm going to start. You're going to be next up, Johnny. You're up.
Oh, come on, man.
Start with him.
All right. Well, again MVB. Missy. Her birthday was on Friday. I'm sorry, on Saturday. We had a great weekend and stuff like that. Obviously, I love her, and she's amazing. So she definitely deserves all the birthday wishes. So happy birthday to her. My bum of the week is the sculptors. Obviously, did you guys see the Tom Brady unveiling of his statue?
Little ass head.
Yeah, tiny head.
And a questionable pose.
Yeah.
These sculptures lately are not looking like what they should be. And as an artist, like, I'm not a sculptor, but if you're paying these people a lot of money to do this stuff, I expect a good, the statue. The Jordan statue, iconic. That looks just like Jordan. That's a great statue. There's other statues out there. I know that
the Rocky statue is good.
The Rocky statue is very good. Just to name a couple there, but a lot lately these statues are not looking like what they should be, and I gotta bump the sculptors for this because you're getting paid a good amount of money, and they're not looking like they don't. That guy does not. That statue does not look like Tom Brady at all. So I got to bump sculptors here.
All right.
Do we still even need to make them out of clay first? Like, don't we have like a 3D printer that could just do all this shit?
That's what I said a couple weeks ago when we had Jordan Lazowski on the podcast, and they announced the Burley statue, and I said the Burley statue's okay. It looks good enough like Burley, but there's a room for error when you're leaving it into artists' hands. And don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for AI to steal artists' jobs, because that's happening left and right in Hollywood. But maybe I am advocating for AI to steal artists' jobs, because sculptors, what are you doing still sculpting in 2025? Learn some computer graphics and do it on the computer. Like, you could 3D print it or forge it however you want with metal, but you shouldn't leave it to a hand of an artist.
Yeah.
All right. Peter, you're up.
All right. Like Aaron mentioned, Julie and I and the family went to Elgin Fest, end of summer bash in Elgin. It was an awesome Saturday. Like, it was like picture perfect Saturday. We listened to music. We had some funnel cakes. I had some modelos. Free entry for everybody. And then we saw the Easy Band. Easy Band is a band that I tweeted out was put on this earth specifically for your boy Baloney, because they are a norteño band. So a norteño is like a traditional Mexican band with the accordion, with the pianos, with all of the instruments, but they play predominantly English music and predominantly like emo and pop punk stuff. So they played like everything from My Chemical Romance to Blink-182. They played This Charming Man by the Smiths.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice.
like I was a pig in shit. I was a baloney in shit on Saturday night in Elgin. It was awesome. I gotta actually talk to our guys at the Removo. I kind of want to get the Easy Band in a bigger venue, because by the end of the night, that place was packed, and they had a tweet out there. It was huge. And I'm like, I'm telling you, man, this band, they went viral within the last year or two, but they're making waves. And the fact that it was free. So thank you to the town of Elgin and Easy Band and everything else. It was an awesome Saturday. So they're my MVB. My second MVB, and it's something that we've talked about ad nauseum on the BumCast, but it's all about, the NFL sending games to Europe, and then European soccer teams playing friendlies in the United States. And it finally happened. And I said it was something that's going to happen. The Spanish FA announced today that they approved a regular season game in December to be played by Villarreal and the mighty Barcelona. They're going to play a league game in Miami in the United States, and it's going to count, for all the marbles. And it's a little bit of the quid pro quo. We've been sending football games that way. Now we're getting soccer games this way. And there's rumors that the Premier League is going to follow suit, and they've been trying to get in on the American market as well. There's even rumors of them adding an extra game so that all of the teams come to the United States. Oh. I think that's years away, but I do think that the English Premier League is also coming to the U.S. soon, not as friendlies, not as a summer training camp, but actual games. And as a soccer fan, I fucking love it. Maybe, we lose the Jaguars versus the Carolina Panthers once in a while to England or Tottenham, wherever they play. But now we're getting some soccer. So I love that.
I'm still the anti-NFL overseas, but at least I can swallow it a bit more if soccer is coming over to us now.
It's a good trade. It's a good trade.
Hell of a trade.
My biggest thing was we're doing all this and they're not even giving. We get like you said, Peter, the expeditions, the training camp game. Fuck that shit. I want if you're getting games that count for regular season and count towards playoff, wins or the playoffs, we should have the same shit. Yeah, we should have the same shit. So
I heard those rumors about that as well too, and there was one where I thought they were talking about having Real Madrid and Barcelona play. I don't know how fans would react over in Europe.
That's a
they would probably be, yes.
Yeah.
That's like a Bears versus Packers if you want to compare the rivalry.
But Barcelona playing here as a regular team, that's a good start. They started with a big team. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if Real Madrid that did it next year, and then it builds from there. Yeah. But dude, the fact that you're getting meaningful soccer in America,
that's awesome. Yes,
that's awesome. Yeah, so that's my MVB, and then my bum of the week. I'll keep it short because it's not necessarily like one specific thing, but it's more like the culmination of the last 2-3 weeks. And I'm typically not the guy to do the whole Cubs Sox thing, but Cubs fans have been insufferable for the last 2 weeks, and I know they stink right now, and the Brewers are fucking kicking their ass left and right, and they're running away with the division. But sometimes, and this happens in sports, sometimes just a team goes on a run. You can't explain it. It's no fault of the Cubs. The Brewers are so fucking hot right now, and Andrew Vaughn is playing out of his goddamn mind. And
he's gonna come back to earth. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's gonna come back to earth.
I think the entire Brewers, I keep saying they're going to come back down to earth, but they keep getting better instead of getting worse. So it makes no sense.
They won 10 in a row.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to fucking grin and bear it. And Cubs fans, it sucks. You lost the division lead and now they're 5 games back or whatever. And you got to start worrying about the wild card.
They still have a 4.5 game lead in the wild card, but San Diego's, making a run too.
San Diego's closing in on them, and they still got 5 games in 4 days against the Brewers. So things can change, but they've been so insufferable online. It's we're going to lose 100 games 1 billion times in a row. And I'm just tired of hearing about fucking Craig Counsell or whatever the fuck they're complaining about.
Do you see do you see the tweet I put out there? The Brewers are printing King Vaughn shirts.
T-shirts, King Vaughn shirts.
As a giveaway.
They're jumping on that hot, right? That's this weekend or something.
Yeah,
we never had the opportunity to do that when he was on the Sox, so whatever.
Never would happen.
Yeah, short king it is. Dougie, take us home.
All right, MVB real quick goes out to my buddy Teddy. Every year around this time, he brings me out to Elmwood Park Fest and always takes care of me. So gotta give him my big MVB, and it's gonna be a solo MVB because he deserves it. So that's it. I actually thought of a third bum. So I have 3 bums. One that's just going to be a real fast one that I thought of. After the Bears game, I turned on the New Orleans versus Chargers game. And New Orleans gave Velus Jones Jr. a job. So they're bums of the week.
Oh,
no! Yeah. He's on another team. Yep. I know. So New Orleans got the stank on the team. So
I needed something the throw.
Yeah.
Bet the Saints under wins total this year.
Yeah, right.
Oh
right.
my God.
No,
Fucking
the
Saints.
fumble totals go over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Go
that's a
over.
good one.
My second bum goes out to the state of Mississippi. State of Mississippi right now has a STD/virus outbreak right now. They have a small sample size, but they are predicting that 1 in every 100 people in the state of Mississippi has some type of STD or sexually I don't know how they said it.
Infection?
Like sexual infection virus. Yes.
1 in 100 cousins.
1 in 100. Yes. So
I think Trojan needs to start advertising down there.
yeah. So start wrapping up that PPI. Okay. So big bum of the week for them. My last one.
Congrats on the sex though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Right. My last one goes out to Dean Cain. That bum.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
This
Bum.
dude. This dude is fighting for relevancy so much right now. Has nothing going on in his life that he wants to join ICE. Okay. And not only did he put that statement out there, and whether he joined or not, I have no idea. I think he had a badge at some point or whatever that he was showing off and everything like that. But then he's in an interview and they're interviewing him about it. And they're like, well, are you actually going to be out in the field? Are you going to actually be doing that thing? And then, like, basically the only answer that he could give was, well, whatever they want me to do, I'll do. Like, how big of a fucking loser are
Narc.
you? You know, like that, like that's what you want to.
Hashtag not my Superman.
Not my Superman. You know what? Deport his ass. You know, deport his ass. We've had no use for him in 20 plus years. Okay. He hasn't been relevant since the White Sox were relevant. So, you know what? Hit the bricks, dude. Hit the fucking bricks. Get out of my country. I don't want you. You're not ICE. You're not anything. You're a loser. You're not my Superman. Goodbye.
What a fucking nerd. What a fucking narc. He's like
Such a
the kids that signed up for like a school monitor or hall monitor.
Yeah,
Like,
hall
fuck
monitors.
those guys.
Yeah.
He's like another Scott Baio, basically.
Yeah. John Leguizamo made a good joke talking about Dean Cain, said his pronouns are has and been.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah. So that is all I got.
All right, and that is all we got for our show. Thanks everyone who stuck around for this extended issue of the BumCast, because we had a lot of Bears and Sox and just ghost stories to tell. So we will be back next week, another episode, another Bears game. Stay tuned for some more fun stuff on our interwebs, and make sure to RSVP for the Remova Watch Party Bears shows at Remova. And see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Salute. Bear down.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Bears.